what if you could clock off for the day with 2 extra hours to spare? I mean, every single day. It probably sounds impossible, right? For most small business owners, you're trapped in this cycle of busy work, and yeah, it feels impossible. But it really doesn't have to be. Today, we're going to look at how you can get that time back, not by working harder, but by working a whole lot smarter.
So, let me ask you this. Do you spend hours on repetitive manual tasks? If you're nodding your head yes right now, you are definitely not alone. I mean, the daily grind of manual stuff is like a silent killer of productivity and passion for entrepreneurs everywhere. But have you ever actually stopped to calculate how much time you're really losing? Well, the real number might actually shock you. We're talking about a massive 20 to 30% of the average workday. Just let that sink in. It's like working a full 5-day week, but only getting the output of 4. It's this hidden tax on your time. And the real question is, how do you stop paying it?
So how do we get all that lost time back? Look, the answer isn't about hiring more people to do more manual work. It's about bringing on a digital assistant. And I'm not talking about some ridiculously expensive, complicated software. I'm talking about a smart, efficient tool that's designed to just handle the boring stuff for you.
That tool is called n8n. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like a universal remote for all your business apps. It lets you create these connections between your email, your CRM, your project management tools, you name it, so they can all talk to each other and get work done for you automatically. So yeah, it basically acts as your tireless digital assistant. It just sits there and watches for specific triggers, like, say, a new customer submitting a form, and then it automatically performs a whole series of actions that you've already set up, and all of this happens in seconds, 24/7, without you ever having to lift a finger.
So what makes n8n so special? Well, first off, it connects with over 1,700 apps you're probably already using every single day. A huge plus is that it's open source and you can self-host it, which gives you total control over your customer data for privacy and security. And you know what the best part is? You don't have to be some kind of coding genius. It's built for business owners, not just developers.
Okay, but before we can start automating anything, we need a target. We need to figure out exactly where our most valuable resource, our time, is just being wasted. So let's pinpoint the 5 biggest culprits that seem to plague almost every small business. I have a feeling a few of these are going to hit pretty close to home for you.
And here they are. First, the endless back and forth of manually following up with new leads. Ugh. Then there's that dreaded end-of-the-month ritual of creating, sending, and then chasing down invoices. We've all been there. And of course, the totally mind-numbing copy-pasting of customer info from a form into a spreadsheet. Not to mention sending out appointment reminders one by one. And finally, putting together those tedious weekly reports. Every single one of these is a perfect candidate to just hand over to your new digital assistant.
Okay, enough with the problems. Let's get to the fun part, the solutions. Let's see exactly how n8n can totally transform these time-sucking tasks with a couple of really practical examples. This is where the magic really happens.
Okay, picture this. A potential customer fills out the contact form on your website. It's 10 p.m. on a Friday. That's the trigger. Instantly, n8n grabs that info, adds them to your CRM, sends out a personalized welcome email, and drops a note to your team in Slack. So what's the result? A warm, engaged lead who gets a response in seconds, not hours or days later. That is a total game changer for conversions.
Or how about this one? The moment you mark a project as complete in your management tool, that's the trigger. Bam! n8n immediately pulls the client's info, generates a perfect invoice in your accounting software, and emails it out. No more end-of-the-month invoicing marathon. Your billing is done the second the work is, which, let me tell you, does wonders for your cash flow.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds great, but I don't have time to automate my entire business. And you know what? You're right. You don't have to. The key is to just start small. In fact, you can get your very first high-impact automation up and running in a single week. So here's a clear, actionable plan to make it happen. Here's the 7-day plan. On days 1 and 2, just pick one thing, your single biggest time waster. Day 3, you just map out the manual steps you're taking right now. Days 4 and 5, you hop in and build it using n8n's simple drag-and-drop interface. Day 6 is all about testing. And on day 7, you just flip the switch. That's it. You've just permanently bought back hours of your time.
So what are you going to do with all this reclaimed time? That's the real question, isn't it? Every hour you save on busywork is an hour you can invest back into your customers, your strategy, your growth. See, automation isn't just about being more efficient. It's about unlocking your business's true potential.
You know, there's this saying that goes, the best time to start automating was yesterday. The second best time is this week. With a clear, simple plan like this, your first game-changing automation isn't some distant dream. It's just a few days away.
So I'll just leave you with this thought. What is that one repetitive, soul-crushing task that you are going to automate first? Because the sooner you answer that question, the sooner you can get back to doing the work you actually love and building the business of your dreams. Thanks for tuning in.